Chelsea Grin! Whoa, where did these guys come from? You know, it's not that bad. It's a lot of walking, and it's a lot of standing in the sun. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad to be on such an awesome tour, playing for a bunch of people, getting a lot of new fans. It's, you know, walking around and standing in the sun, getting sunburned is a small price to pay to be on such a sick tour.
2012 Warped Tour, there was a lot of these bands that are on this Warped Tour right now, and we made a lot of good friends. The Volumes guys, of Mice and Men, Word Alive, Vanna, The Ghost Inside, Straight from the Path, Mayday Parade. Everybody hangs out on the tour. Literally, it's just everybody's either playing sports together, getting catering together, hanging out behind the trailers together. It's like everybody pretty much hangs out.
Personally, I like playing early. I like getting up and playing, and then kind of just getting
done with the day.
Getting done with the day, rather than playing, you know, the 5-6 o'clock slot where you wake up at 9 or 10 and you're just waiting around to play. By the time you've all been in the sun all day, and by the time it gets to playing, you're tired.
You're shot.
You're kind of shot. And I'll play whenever, but anytime between, like, you know, I'd say like noon to 2 is probably like
ideal. Yeah. I like evening. I like 6 o'clock. Once the sun starts to go down, then I'm ready to go. We open a lot. We played early a lot this tour. We played late a lot this tour, and I'd rather play late. It feels better out. It's starting to cool down. But kids are a little bit slower. They've had a hard time, but I like it better.
Yeah. Which, by the way, big shout out to them for standing out in the heat.
Yeah, the kids that stick around to the end of the day, and the kids who show up very first at the beginning of the day, those are the badasses, because nobody wants to do that. I think it's because our band, we're best friends. We were hanging out before the band, and so we have that camaraderie. We pretty much just talk to each other all day long. If anybody who didn't know us saw us interacting, they would probably think we hate each other. And a lot of people don't get our sense of humor, but I think our fans, you know, we've projected that correctly, and our fans can see that and connect with us on that level, realize, you know, we're just idiots in a bus playing stupid music, doing stupid stuff, and, you know, that's what every kid does. So
our fans even talk to us now that we're so close with them, so they're getting the hang of it.
Yeah, they're getting the sense of humor down. Being in a band, being surrounded by 5 other people, 10 other people, depending on how big your crew is, for 8 months out of the year, and less than 2 rooms of space. Most people are doing it in a van. If you're lucky, you're doing it in a bandwagon. If you're really lucky, you're doing it in a bus. Other than that, it's a constant battle trying not to kill the other person next to you simply because you need alone time. But it's just letting things slide, realizing that everybody's going through the exact same thing that you're going through. If you're having a day, odds are the dude next to you is having a day too. So once you realize that, everybody just kind of lets things go, and it's easy after that. Relief. 3 years in the waiting. Yeah, it's like can finally, you know, breathe normal again. But now we just have to wait and see what our first week does, and see how the album keeps going, and see how kids take it in. But we're happy. It's been 3 years. We've been waiting for this for a very long time, and
even like the recording process, we started recording in December, and, you know, it just got released. So it really shows you how long it takes to put a record together. There's a lot of drafts of every song. Yeah. There was a lot of revision. There was a lot of compromise, a lot of back and forth on what the song should be like, you know.
We refused to put out any song on the album that everybody in the band wasn't 100% happy with, and that took a long time for each person to say, well, this piece of programming fits, or this piece of guitar work fits, but I like this better, or this. And it was a very long process between us, Diego from Volumes, the producer, just going back and forth between ideas until literally every single person was happy and ready to put out the album.
There's just one that didn't make it, and we put our, I mean, yeah, maybe two or three. We kind of took two of them apart and merged them into one song, and we just did all sorts of crazy stuff. And I think we put out the 15 best tracks that we could have out of like the 18 or 20 that we had written. But there's a couple of them that you'll probably see on the next record that we're kind of already messing around with.
Yeah.
That one, we were on tour, and Dan was at home. Dan's been at home at school. He's going to be a doctor, so that's pretty tight. But we were on All-Stars tour last summer, and we just got an email from him at like 11 o'clock, and he just said, I just wrote the heaviest song on the record.
Yeah.
And we listened to it, and we lost our minds. And from there, you know, all of us kind of put our input into the skeleton that the song was, and turned out how it is.
I think our minds changed a lot on that. We released Letters initially because that was the first one we had done and wanted to get people talking about it. Then after it was done, we were like, I wish we would have released this, or now we're happy that we released this. But I think that's the best thing about the album is that was the hardest thing to choose because everybody had a different favorite song. And I think that's is a good thing, you know, that we couldn't decide on just one song that needed to come out. It was a constant battle between, you know, two or three people saying, well, I think this song, or two other people saying, well, but I like this song. And, you know, so we ultimately decided to release, how many, 5, 6 tracks?
I think we released 5 or 6.
5 or 6 tracks before we even released the album, just because we had so many we wanted to show everybody.
We have a couple of fall tours that we can't tell you about quite yet, but everyone's going to be really stoked.
Yeah, it's a tour I think a lot of our fan base and the other band's fan bases have been waiting to see for a very long time. And I wish we could tell you right now, but
soon, I think. Soon.
I think it's going to be one of our tours that we talk about for a long time and tell our kids about, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for you guys to hear about it. Honestly, neither of us were in the band when the band made the name, but I've been told on numerous occasions Alex used to play this game called Mushmouth. I don't really know, but I think before we were in the band used to pull their pants down, put their flaccid penises in Alex's mouth, and then wait for them to become erect until he literally split one day, and that's where the name came from, I guess. That's the rumor I heard.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
No, it's true, yeah.
We don't talk about it.
It's a little graphic.
I think mine's Enrique Iglesias. I could be your hero, baby. You know that one?
You're singing to your...
I'm singing to my dong.
To your... I'm just chilling, you know, and then I'm just like, roller coaster, roller. You know, that's like my jam, I think, in the shower. Roller coaster. You know? No one else? No? All right. No one else likes that song? It gets me pumped.
I think mine's more like, you know, water coming down. I can be your hero, baby. That's the only line I know, though. I don't know anything after that.
The rest is in Spanish.
Yeah, which I do. I know that. Well, we had fun. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. We got to go do shower stuff. See ya.